Long before electric heaters, thermostats, or even simple stoves became common, people faced the brutal truth of winter with limited resources. Cold wasn't just uncomfortable, it was deadly. Yet long before modern conveniences, there was a solution that was simple, reliable, and incredibly effective: the clay pot heater. What makes this method remarkable isn't just that it kept people warm, it's that it did so efficiently, quietly, and using almost nothing. Soldiers, homesteaders, and families across Europe, the Middle East, and Asia relied on it to survive bitter winters, damp nights, and freezing winds. And today, whether you're off-grid, building a shelter, or simply looking for a low-cost way to heat a small room, this ancient technique still has lessons to teach us. At its core, the clay pot heater is a masterclass in physics and resourcefulness. The secret lies in thermal mass. Clay holds heat far longer than air, and often even better than metal. By enclosing a small heat source, like a candle, oil lamp or charcoal disc, inside a clay pot, people could store the energy of an intense, short-lived flame and release it slowly over hours. This meant, a tiny heat source could warm an entire room without constant fuel input. The walls of the pot would absorb heat and then radiate it steadily, creating a warmth that was both gentle and, honestly, surprisingly stable. The basic setup was deceptively simple. A medium-sized clay pot, usually 6 to 10 inches in diameter, would sit above a small flame on a trivet or metal stand. As the flame burned, the air inside the pot heated quickly, and the clay walls absorbed and held that energy. Over time, the pot became a silent radiator, sending heat into the surrounding space without the smoke, sparks, or constant tending of an open fire. Historical accounts show that a single candle or a small handful of charcoal could keep a room comfortably warm for hours. An achievement, really, that modern portable heaters can struggle to match in efficiency. Resourceful households didn't stop at the simple version. Layering clay pots actually became a pretty common way to maximize heat retention. A smaller pot would nest inside a larger one, separated by sand or even fine ash. The inner pot held the flame, while the outer pot absorbed the heat and radiated it outward. This method, it extended burn time, stabilized the temperature, and increased the area of radiant heat. Some designs included small holes for air circulation, which helped the flame burn more steadily, while others used metal rods to safely suspend the inner pot. Every variation was designed to amplify warmth without consuming more fuel, a principle every survivalist should honestly understand. What made the clay pot heater so versatile was that it didn't rely on just one method of heating. It actually combined radiation and gentle convection. Heat radiated from the clay into nearby objects and walls, while warm air slowly circulated around the room. Furniture, floors and walls absorbed this energy and helped maintain a consistent temperature, even in drafty spaces. Unlike a simple open flame that heats unevenly or a stove that focuses warmth in a single spot, the clay pot heater distributed energy evenly, making it ideal for workshops, small cabins or winter shelters. The clay pot heater wasn't limited to one culture or period. Medieval Europe, the Middle East and East Asia all documented the method in homes, workshops and communal gathering spaces. People adapted the design to whatever fuel was available: candles, charcoal, animal fat or small wood embers. Despite the simplicity of the materials, the results were consistent. A stable, long-lasting heat source that required minimal attention. It's really a perfect example of ancient ingenuity surviving through centuries. The beauty of the clay pot heater is that you don't need rare or antique materials to make it work. Any fire-resistant ceramic or thick terracotta pot will do honestly. Set a small flame on a safe, heat-resistant stand and place your pot over it. For layered designs, fill the gap between nested pots with sand or fine gravel to protect the inner pot and maintain a steady temperature. Ventilation is crucial, especially if using charcoal or animal fat. And never leave a flame unattended. With careful setup, a clay pot heater can provide hours of warmth while using a fraction of the fuel modern heaters consume. The clay pot heater is more than just a historical curiosity. It teaches principles every survivalist needs to understand: thermal mass, efficient fuel use, radiant and convection heat. For off-grid homes, tiny cabins, workshops or emergency shelters, it's a reliable, low-cost and portable heating solution. Ancient peoples weren't simply improvising. They were applying fundamental principles of heat efficiency that engineers still recognize today. The simplest methods often produce the greatest results. For anyone interested in survival, history or practical fieldcraft, the clay pot heater is honestly an invaluable lesson. It shows how careful observation, resourcefulness and a deep understanding of materials can solve problems we still face today. By combining minimal fuel with smart design, this system quietly and effectively demonstrates the power of ancient knowledge. If you want more forgotten survival techniques, historical hacks and practical skills you can actually use today, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to Warfront Survival, and share this video with friends who love history, survival, and hands-on ingenuity. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss an upcoming video packed with survival insights drawn straight from history.